Hello YouTube, and this is Tailix for another Tailix Trials of Sword of the Stars. In the last video we attacked the Zul homeworld. We also took out a Moragai planet. And hopefully in this video I'll be able to get the trade routes up and fully operational. And yeah, we're in the process of that. That's good. This little planet here has got 2 routes, which I'm now going to get 10 more freighters for before I even do anything.
Yes, Senator. The vessels will be completed soon.
Oh yes, Projector. That was one of the techs I really wanted. But for the second, I am going to focus on heavy combat lasers, so I can get my battle bridge, blazer, and barrage ships. This is quite a cheap tech to get with a massive damage output. I should have really got this a little bit earlier before attacking planets, but for now, it is my tech must-have. Now I'm just going to do a quick fleet check. First check for colonizers, which we have none of at the moment, and now for CNC ships. So yes, this was the Zul fleet. You don't have any, no you don't. Right, yeah, they're all... Can you rally up down there? 6 turns.
We rise with the tide, Elder.
Can you actually build a repair and salvage for that fleet? Yes, you can. Right. Right, that should keep that a little bit busy. Yeah, I'm going to build some few repair and salvages and take them over to this fleet here. They probably need it after the fights they've been through. Yeah. So yes, even though the fleet is quite outdated, I still do my best to look after them and make them last a little bit longer, because a ship is a ship at the end of the day. It can still act as a wall even if it doesn't destroy anything back. Right, and there was one more fleet to check, which is this one on the Zul homeworld. I thought I'd taken it out, but again, that needs repair ships. Right, I'm going to retreat them for now, because we've done some damage at least. I'm going to return them for a bit. I'm also going to then rally these guys up with the guys on the other side of the galaxy, pretty much. Or I could even... No, they won't make it. We can't refine yet either. The planet still belongs to them. Okay. So you're building repair and salvages for that fleet. 2 command vessels, and you're not building. I'm going to get you to build 2 more command vessels. Right, let's take a look at this ship. Ooh, is that already? Yep. Right. Gonna go with the Projector Mount. Now this is basically a single heavy mount style, where basically it fires the plasma cannon, which is that one, but about 15 to 20 odd times. I never actually count because there's just so many to fire. Again, I keep this with a shield because the health points of this ship is pretty low. It's got a massive damage output, but doesn't really do much more than that. So there we go.
We shall remember this design for the future.
And since I've got the some leftover funds, let's build a couple of them, keeping above that 1 million mark. Two destroyers on the planet. I'm gonna do that fight. Be alright. Actually. Heavy combat lasers have gone over budget. Now that planet's lost all its Imperial population. Now the civilian population is still there, but they're not going to be any threat to me anymore until that fleet arrives. 23 destroyers. Turns, it's just going to take forever. Right. So let's take a look. I just want to take a look at the war version. Ooh. Yes, I remember the ship quite well actually, the ship design. It's a pretty sweet design. See, that one will do well as flak. Again, I'm doing type with the Gauss flak over the energy one, the red laser. Gonna keep... Actually no, let's Gauss that up as well. It's got a heavy energy based. It's got kinetic from the missiles, and I'm just doing standard kinetic damage as well from there, from the mounts, the small ballistic mounts. Right, I'm going to build a couple of them because they're actually quite beefy. Oh, we're going under a mil. And get 2 of them per turn. Getting quite a nice fusion fleet size now, which is pretty good. Right, now that's heavy combat lasers done. We got lancers, but I'm going to just take a quick look at my next propulsion. 10 turns, so why not? Let's get antimatter technology. Increases my ship speed and health, which is always good. Ooh, we've discovered humans somewhere in sensor vision. Let's combine all these together. I'm going to put those guys out first. And we're going to throw in a battleship, and I'm going to queue up a battleship to the front of this team. There we have a pretty good fusion fleet ready to move on demand. Now, with the heavy combat laser, I have access to Barrage, which is a, for the Lear anyways, is a massive torpedo bay ship, which obviously if you combine with the assault bridge you get 5 torpedo bays, which is quite powerful with plasma, fusion and antimatter torpedoes. So it is a pretty sweet design. It also has a specialised missile mount, but obviously I don't have any specialised missiles yet, so it just gives me the basic one. But again, it's a large mount, so it doubles it. And these 2 little small independent missile mounts to play with as well. Not to mention that I usually have the engines with missile mounts as well. So, obviously with this design, a bit like my anti-missile in return, this is a bit more beefy, but it doesn't anti-missile very well. Again, though, I still will have flak at the front, but the rest of these little mounts here in the centre I'm going to change accordingly. So these two side ones would be great for emitter, for a little broadside flak and taking out any enemy ships. And then you've got these little mounts underneath the torpedo bay, which I will switch to Gauss, not just to reduce the costs, but to give it a bit more of a type of damage coverage, although this is primarily a heavy energy killing machine. And oh yes, it has one mount of combat laser, which I kind of wish it was another torpedo, but this thing is quite powerful as it is. So there we go, my strike cruiser design. Right, and now with that one I'm actually going to build a few because they're pretty nice. Four will do. And let's go to the Blazer. Now the Blazer is very similar to the torpedo, except for all the torpedo bays are replaced with heavy combat lasers instead. Also, again, you got these mounts here. It loses. Oh no, it doesn't lose them. Oh yeah, it loses its torpedo bays that are underneath. So this one's a bit more of a forward-facing fighter. So obviously I want a battle bridge with this, which gives it 3 more additional combat lasers, so 7 in total. And again, front mount is not spread enough, so I'm actually going to keep that as a Gauss mount and change the side ones, which are here, into flak. So it's more of a forward-facing but broadside flak coverage. So anything dead on, it probably won't stop it, but I've got the other ships to guard it for that. And again, these two forward-facing mounts, again, Gauss it up a bit for damage coverage. Front ones at this time will stay as the Stormer, once again for type damage. So that's my Blazer. Now I have a sister ship with my Blazers, where basically I swapped this battle bridge out for a deep scan, and my scan Blazer design is basically to put that deep scan bridge section into the fleet, because obviously my bridge section is always going to be either shield or a specialised one for the role that I need the ship to do, such as obviously the strike cruiser has the assault bridge, the Blazer has a battle bridge. But for this ship here, I'm having deep scan, and with that I replace the forward facing mounts all to flak, like so. And again, that covers the other ships from dead on missiles and torpedoes and drones, as well as obviously keeping the broadside ones to protect it. With this 2 forward mounts here, this is where I change it up a bit. I go into back to the emitter. To again, if it gets close to a fight, it can then use that to either flak or hit a ship. Just again to do more coverage of damage rather than actually be powerful. Obviously it's powerful enough with 4 heavy combat lasers. Since the shipyard edition where the Blazers came in, I've been using this design for my deep scan. I usually did have the deep scan in the Murder of Crows expansion. I had the deep scan bridge on the front of my AMR, anti-missile and return ship. So there we go. Some crazy more designs that I can play with. So I'm going to rack up. Ooh. Lasers are expensive. Really expensive. Not as expensive as the strike cruisers, but still, I'm going to get a few scan blazers, wait for a turn, and then queue up a few more. Oh wait, I need those engines, don't I, to get in the research. I suppose I could sacrifice the research on some of the engines for now, and then continue forward, because I'm getting money as the freighters are being built. One on one, let's go for it. It's just like old times, really. You'll find now that they've got a few more upgrades on their scouts, whereas my scouts have obviously been the same since the first turn, with only slight improvements to weapon fire, and I haven't actually built any distance fighters for a while.
Commands received. Yes, Elder, we close. Fleet ships returning to normal.
What's he got?
Clear all move.
He's getting close. He's got emitters. Oh no, he's got basic course. Nicely evaded. Come on. Hey, took a small mount off me. You noticed up here the mount has come off the ship. Come on. Yes. Come on. Get away, get away. Oh, just lost my main firepower here. Come on then. Come on then. Scout combat. You missed. Come on. Yes! We win! Victory! There you go. You can win a scout battle. To be honest, I think that was one of their really old models. So I kind of don't blame them for it. Right, 2 turns. How many turns are away are you? 3. Can we rack out another type of ship? Even if it was a cheap close scan blazer? Yeah.
We begin construction now.
Okay, let's see if we can queue up a few more basic blazers. 3, 4. We've gone under a bit.
Steel and fire, Elder.
23 versus 40. Let's bring it. Alrighty then. It's nice to see an old Vision fleet. Here they come to the side. I hear a lot of drones taking off. Yep, they have drones, alright. Just the best you got. They're definitely Vision engines as well. It's quite a nice Vision fight. You got no command vessel? That's interesting. If they had a command vessel, they'd have a lot more ships out. I suppose they are compensating with all these little drones flying out. There we are, I got one. They don't last long amongst the fleet. Having that rear-mounted emitter is really handy. Yeah, this is a bit of a walkover. We got this. capturing them now. Kill them as soon as they fly into combat. Oh, we lost another one. We're losing the destroyers. Surprisingly, we're losing the destroyers without any shields. I say surprisingly, but that's it. We probably had a tanker that's gotten away. And there we go. Well, if you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to join the cavalry, hit that subscribe button down below.